Well, hi, I'm Stuart, and as you can see, I'm pretty much tied up right now, but out on location shooting some video for some up-and-coming, they've got me doing amazing things, up-and-coming vehicle production. But in the interim, Chris is back at the office, and I know he's up to something involving a Ceridian. What could that be?
Brilliant, isn't it? The Ceridian Lightbar platform. It's an all-new innovation from Whelen Engineering, as we just mentioned. So every single thing about this lightbar, the outside, the in, the top, the bottom, is totally new, and it's a change from any other series of lightbars that Whelen presently offers. So with this lightbar, the features that it can offer you can be simple or far sophisticated into solo, duo, and trio color formats. You can utilize it as a low current switching light bar or take advantage of the WeCan plugin for any of the WeCan supporting systems. So for demonstration, running through a Syncom system and the good old CC SRN3 control head here. Other ones are available, so it just depends on your styling of the vehicle and what you want your overhead to do along with the rest of your system. So right now I have this in a cruise mode. So it has the standard features, and with the WeCan system, you can go in, run the software, program this thing to your exact specifications. So you can tie in the cruise mode features, run it through Carbide, run it through Control, or just a basic old 295 system. So within this, like I mentioned, it's fresh, it's new. Everything about this is unique just to the Ceridian. So we'll start with its unique low profile look. It has a UV resistant hard coated lens for that enhanced durability and longevity to outlast your vehicle. So this is going to look as amazing as it does now 5 years down the road. So for any conditions that you're in, sand, dirt, dust, perfect for that environment. Again, hard-coated lensing, what 2019 vehicles need. The modules inside, they're an all-new innovation, so they may look familiar. You may be thinking, looks like what I'm seeing in the Liberty 2 platform, but no, these are Ceridian specific. So the reflectors inside, the arrangement of the diode, just this design, all unique to the Ceridian. So rounding this bar out, like other platforms, the length is going to vary depending on your vehicle. So on this, 6 inboards across the front, same across the rear. You have your 45-degree mounted linear corners, so the whole light bar itself is linear. But a new, exciting internal is the takedown format that Whelen's done. So this is a new Ceridian exclusive takedown. So they have been shrunk down, but don't worry about it being smaller. The output of these is absolutely tremendous. So a neat thing with them is you can see that the front of the light bar is fully populated in this 48-inch length. You're not taking a set position and putting in specific takedowns. So this is a nice way to increase the overall warning output of your vehicle, but you can still maintain your forward-facing takedown function. And of course, they flash, adjustable flash patterns along with the alleys. The alleys, they're a new design following the same format as what we have here. Independently controlled, driver's side, passenger side, and they can be incorporated into the back of the light bar. So for law enforcement applications, fire and rescue, carrying over to DOT, you have your fronts, you have your sides, and you have a set of rear. The domes on this, they have an amazing look to them, and they're very nice and sleek. So the aerodynamics here are going to be a great improvement for those of you with concerns of higher speed applications. Right now, clear polycarbonate, but you can do some other things with it, so make sure to get at us for those details. But we'll tie it in and tell you that you can put some coloring in here, or if you want to go stealthy, well, that's something we can talk about as well. So the Ceridian bar on the bottom, it's all new as well. So Whelen is taking advantage of an aluminum I-beam, so that's what this is built off of, followed by the black polycarbonate surround. But the internal aluminum chassis, it's actually shrunk down, so it's not the same size that you'd see in the Liberty, the Legacy, the Justice, the Freedom Series bars. Another unique part just to the Ceridian. And just as unique as this channeling is here are these all new ultra sleek Ceridian light bar mounting feet. So these fully adjustable, so you can get them lined up with your vehicle's roof or other appropriate permanent mounted surface. And then nice and low profile mounting you will have. And then just go ahead, take your hook kit as appropriate, mount it onto the side, into the door jambs, wiring harness goes through the roof, and you are ready to light this up and have some fun. So, started out with some illumination modes. And this bar here is a duo specification. Already gone through, done some fun pre-programming. So we'll start by chiming this up with the work lights. So, tying in, rear control only, facing to me, nice and tight and directional. So again, if you need them, they're available as an option. If you don't, you just admit them and you can have them forward facing. Have your alleys, passenger side, driver side alike, independent control. And a thing that's done with this in the case of the Duo is tying in the white of the corners. So this is going to offer that dedicated spot to the side and rounding out to a 45 degrees. So this is a really neat way to enhance the Duo corners of your bar, maximizing your illumination. If you want to separate them, you can do that. So don't worry about anything in a restriction there. On the front of the light bar, yes, you have your shrunken down spot takedown modules for that nice distance and intensity there. Of course, they have that wig-wag function, and the rest of the inboards being the white for the Duo spec, tie that in, and a brilliant display of flood lighting mode that you'll have to your vehicle. So as you can see with this, benefits don't end. And 360-degree lighting, turn on the rear, and there you have it. So perfect for work trucks, law enforcement, and rural applications and fire and rescue services where you want to have all of this lighting displayed. And again, with this being the Duo bar, if you want this inboard flood section to be disengaged, well, that can be your cruise lights for vehicle ID. It can be on and flashing. These guys, these guys, these guys, all independent. Just set your buttons. Let's talk about the back of the light bar. The inboard modules in the rear of the Ceridian light bar have the ability to isolate and display an amber setting only, so very beneficial when it comes to the Duo and Trio applications. Again, you'll find this within the Solo version. Pattern number 1, a nice attention-grabbing flashing display of the 6. Setting number 2 for that same button, mixes it up, starting the same, but mixing in some full pattern bursts. And click number 3, tying it into a nice alternating rhythm back and forth of the 6 inboard modules. So a nice way to isolate your light bar for rear cautionary only display without the red, blues, and whites. 2-wire traffic advisor, you are going to find that within the Ceridian Series light bar. So when it comes to your standard functions of left, right, center out, the WeCan version takes advantage of that through the WeCan port and that same triple press button. But for those of you using the low current, 2 wires, one going one direction, the other to the alternating, both buttons pressed together, that's going to be your center out mode. All right, let's go ahead and spice this thing up. Position 1 of the slide switch, showing off the Duo modules. Pre-programmed setting, mixing in blue and amber here. Blue only in the corners is what's been set, so we don't have any white flashing. And over on this side, switching between the red and the amber. Again, corner module, red flashing only. So the white tying in for the scene lighting modes. Upping the position, slide switch position 2, a nice, very attention-grabbing display of that blue and red on the back of the bar, solo colors going only. And in the corners, pre-programmed to just that single color output. If you wanted to tie in flashing takedowns, you can do that. Mix in some amber, you can do that as well. All right, here we go, position 3. This is going to take advantage of the red, the blue, a nice grabbing attention rhythm of the takedowns, the alleys. And something that you're going to notice here is the Duo corners now firing away in both colors. So we got the red and white going here, the blue and white going there. If you wanted to make changes, of course you can do that. So when you have the Ceridian light bar in front of you, go ahead, set it up exactly as you want to. But while it's going now, let's go ahead and talk about some functions because I know you're curious about this and how it can work, flashing versus overriding things. So let's go ahead, tie in some illumination features. alleys and corners, overriding. Front of the light bar, takedowns and flood mode, fully engaged. So the only thing now that we have flashing is to the rear of the bar. So when it comes to your settings, your illumination will override, just go ahead, tie in those buttons. So you don't have to kick anything back down on the slider. Turn your buttons back off and slide switch regains its control. Back to your flashing settings you go. The brilliance of Whelen Engineering's Ceridian Series LED light bar platform. Flashing away here in its brilliance in a duo color platform, the enhanced corner modules, the brilliance of those linear inboards, the all new design of the takedowns and alleys. So depending on your emergency services vehicle, go ahead, select the appropriate length, get this set up to your exact specifications, wrench it down with the all new sleek feet, followed by your hook kit, tie in your lighting and siren system, and this is the brilliance you will now have. The Ceridian got to spend some time with its siblings, the Liberty 2 and Legacy Series light bars. What a trio it is, with all three nicely atop the Subaru WRX. Signal Alert 75 is the flash pattern sequence that you're seeing, so whether you are outfitting your service vehicle with the Ceridian, the Liberty 2, or the Legacy, the brilliance is going to shine through and through and through. So, everything you could possibly want in a all-new, also ultra-attractive light bar platform from Whelen Engineering.
Well, there you have it. Chris and a Ceridian light bar. The lad is so excited his hair is even pointier than normal. But I'll be back soon and I'll give him a nice cup of tea and settle him down. That's the most important thing. An interesting product from the gang over at Whelen Engineering, and a big shout out to the SIRENNET production crew for helping put that together, and a shout out to Wade, our chief videographer. And of course, a shout out to Chris as well. I'm Stuart, and many thanks for watching SIRENNET Television. Have a great day.